Welcome back to this World of Warcraft Let's Play. You're Sambo, and joining us, as always, is Seraphis, our level 27 Worgen Mage. Say g'day, Seraphis.
Fate has brought you here to me.
Fate has indeed brought us here to the forests of Ashenvale. Of course, if you're with us in the last episode, you'll know we finished off here in the midst of the Thistelfur Village, which is in the middle of the great, mighty Ashenvale Forest, which you can see in the background there. And of course, if you're very, very, very good at looking in the video, you can actually see Satyrnaar in the background. Way behind us, the central town for the Alliance there in the background. If we have a look on the full map, you can see we're up here just at the base of the Thistelfur Village, where we're having to cull the Furbolgs. We've got 3 out of 15 of those done, and that's what we can see in the background there. Satyrnaar, our major base of operations here in Ashenvale. Of course, in this episode, hopefully we're going to go up and finish off the Furbolg threat here. We're going to have a look down in the archaeological dig site down to the south of us, where we've also got this Stardust Spire outpost, which has got a flight point, which is new since I was last here, so I'll be interested to check that out. And of course, we've got ourselves the task of going over and getting Elune's tear from the lake over in the the east of Satyrnaar over there. And also we have another quest which is going to take us all the way over to the very east of the forest called Forest Song. And of course, this is right on the border. You may remember there's a horde outpost over there as well. And Warsong is actually down the bottom here. Any of you who have played WoW in the past will know all about Warsong, the Warsong lumber camp there, and of course Warsong, the PvP battlefield. If we have a look, go into our, there we go, Warsong Gulch. That there is indeed one of the most famous capture the flag battlegrounds in WoW, if you like, one of the earliest ones. Great fun. If we have a look in our add-on there, Atlas, if I bring this up and we go to the battlegrounds, let's have a look, battleground maps, there we go, that's Alterac Valley. If we go down here to Warsong Gulch, there it is, that'll look familiar to you. Well, a lot of people don't know where Warsong Gulch actually is located. It is indeed in Ashenvale here, and it's down around about here, so we're going to be just up north of that. And we've got a quest to take us over there, and thankfully there's a flight point over there now, so we don't have to run from one end of the forest to the other. So lots to do, and amongst all of that, of course, we also have to at some point head back to Darnassus to empty our bags out onto the auction house. So lots for us to do. In the meantime, let's carry on with our task here, which of course is to get rid of these pesky Thistelfur Villbolgs. Good lord. Another tongue twister there. Let's try saying that again. Thistelfur Villbolgs. You try saying that 10 times with your hands tied behind your back. Yeah. Anyway. Alright, there we go. 4 out of 15 of those. And you can see that our health is taken. Oh, what's that? Oh, it's a chamois. So it's got a totem there, which we have to get rid of. And you can see it was a bit glitched out there, sort of stuck in the ground. Couldn't figure out what on earth was attacking us. So that's why our health got down so low. Now, of course, we're creeping ever closer to our next level. Whoops. And you can see that we're currently level 27, so we're going to be level 28 very soon. And of course, that also means we've got to keep an eye on the dungeon finder. You can see we've got till the... Oh, and there it is again. Damn it, keep forgetting about the totems. Nasty things. We've got till the end of level 30 to do Black Fathom Deeps and the Stormwind Stockade, so we're definitely going to have to queue up and do those very shortly, because the time goes so fast in WoW. We'll be level 30 before we know it, and it'll be too late. Won't be able to run those dungeons via the finder, which would be a real shame. Alright, meanwhile, let's get around to our task of thinning the ranks of these Furbolgs here. And fortunately that one wasn't a shaman, so it didn't have any totems to put out which could attack us after the fact. And isn't it fantastic here, folks? Look how big this forest is. We've got the deer. Oh, deer. I'm not sure if we've loved a deer or not yet, but let's do it just in case. And you can see down there, I think that pathway will actually lead us down to Maestra's Post. Yeah, look at that. You can see it on the map there. That's where, of course, we came into the zone where it was being attacked by the Horde. And unfortunately, the episode was lost. That was majorly disappointing, that one. So yeah, we had a whole bunch of nice scripted events there, actually, where we were attacking the Horde attackers, and we were having to disable their throwers and take out some of their forces down there. And of course, again, like Satyrnaar in the episode previous to this one, the Maestra's post down there is normally never being attacked by the Horde. In this case it is, so you can tell that they're really pushing the whole Horde versus Alliance thing, trying to get it into people's heads that we are two separate factions that are at war with each other. And just trying to get that into people's heads now. I think it never used to be so up in your face in terms of questing anyway. Of course, you'd always stumble across it eventually, and especially if you're in PvP, doing battlegrounds, etc. And more importantly, of course, if you're on a PvP server. But now they seem to be really thrusting it into us in terms of making sure that you're aware of the Horde presence here via the quest lines in the area. So yeah, I think it's a good idea actually, because a big part of the lore and the story behind WoW is of course that ongoing tussle between the Horde and the Alliance. And of course you can't really say that one side is good and one side is bad. It's just that we have different angles on things, made up of different races. And of course I'm a huge Horde fan as well, by the way. Don't think I'm just an Alliance player. I absolutely love Thrall, and I'm really upset that he's no longer the Horde leader. They've got Garrosh Hellscream over there at the moment, and he's doing all sorts of crazy weird things. And of course, if you are a level 85, or if you have a level 85 character, hopefully you've done the quest chain to do with Thrall recently. I won't give away what happens in that because it's a major spoiler, but just needless to say that if you are a level 85, please, for goodness sake, make sure you do the Thrall quest line, because if you're at all into the storyline, it is absolutely worth it, and it's a fantastic event that you get taken through a whole bunch of places, through a whole bunch of zones, and get to learn a whole lot more about Thrall than you ever knew before, and catch up on his storyline. Culminating, I might add, in Mount Hyjal, by the way. Now, I can't remember what the name of that quest chain is called. I think it's something like Unbound Chains, or... oh gosh, it slips me now. The links to it are actually on the main WoW website, because they're making a bit of a song and dance about it at the moment, because it is quite a major event in terms of the story, the backstory of Thrall. A lot of people had a lot of questions about it, because of course he got basically, well, he didn't get ousted, but Garrosh Hellscream came in his stead, and a lot of players aren't happy with the way that Garrosh is leading the Horde. So this quest line certainly goes a long way to explaining what's up with Thrall anyway. Isn't it fantastic? Look, I mean, the size of this zone is just immense. I just love it. There's so much to explore, so many things to do, so many nooks and crannies to go wandering in. And by the way, if you don't do that in WoW, you're missing out. There are a lot of little secrets lying around, a lot of quests hidden away off the main quest line path, and lots of little awesome pop culture references and references to other games and all sorts of things that are laying in wait around the world for you to discover. It's just lots of fun. I honestly believe, and I've said this many a time, answering many of people's comments when they say, hey, what is your favourite MMO, or what do you like about WoW, or why do you play the way you do? You know, I absolutely do not rush to level cap. I think that the big value for money and a big part of playing the game of WoW is indeed the journey, about taking that adventure. Let's love the squirrel, by the way. Taking the adventure, being an adventurer, feeling like you're escaping to another world, and just enjoying everything for what it's worth along the way. We can see we've got a level 85 human warrior there getting attacked. It's not going to hurt him at all, but let's kill off that Thistelfur shaman anyway, just to stop that being annoying. That player's obviously AFK. So yeah, for me it is absolutely about the journey, not the destination. I mean, I love being 85, don't get me wrong, but I certainly don't play WoW to get to a level 85. I play WoW to enjoy the adventure, because after all, it is a online role-playing adventure game. That's what it's all about. And this whole world has been created for us to explore at our leisure, go wherever we like. We don't have to follow the storylines. You can do whatever you like, go wherever you like. That's one of the benefits of it. So I'm going to, take advantage of that, basically. All right, here we go, discovering Hellscream's watch. Now, I'm probably not going to want to go too close here. I did want to discover it because I want to open up all the areas of a map. And you want to do that. Why? Because if you hit Y, funnily enough, and you go to your exploration part of your achievement list, you can see here we're in Kalimdor. If we go down to the exploration quests, if we have a look at Ashenvale, you can see that probably Oh, and actually it's going to make a liar out of me, can you believe it? But normally speaking, something like Hellscream's Watch would appear on here, and you won't get the achievement unless you actually discover it. Now, they include the opposition factions' places, just to make sure that you get a taste of what it's like to go near these outposts. For some reason, it's not actually listed here in the Ashenvale list, so yeah, oh well, there you go. Still well worth having a look if you ask me, because you can see this is an actual horde outpost. If we get too close, we will probably likely get flagged for PvP, and the guards will chase us down and kill us big time. So let's see if we can get close enough to see the guards. There they are. You can see they're level 30, 1900. You can see they've got the PvP flag on there. If we were to attack them, we would be flagged PvP as well. And that means any horde players up in there would have an open field day upon our ass. They would be able to kill us with absolutely no regret, no remorse. So be careful if you're around an enemy outpost is all I can say. Right, just taking a shortcut down here as we take a bit of falling damage. Hopefully we don't get stuck. And we come in kind of the back way over towards Satyrnaar. You can see, oh, this is interesting. I've never seen this before either. On the other side of Satyrnaar, we've got these skirmishers over here. Perhaps we'll be sent over here on a quest, who knows. But you can see Satyrnaar over the other side there. It is basically an island in the middle of a lake. If we have a look on the map, zoom in there, you can see Satyrnaar is in the centerpiece of this lake here. So yeah, it's normally an interesting place for PvP. Like I said, in the old days, used to have people trying to cross this lake, trying to make an assault on us and kill all of our NPCs, etc., etc. But these days, of course, you don't see it as much because everybody's generally in the higher level zones. I do, excuse me, do very much miss the vanilla days of WoW. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love everything post-Cataclysm, a lot of streamlining, it's definitely a lot easier to play. But there's something to be said about the old school days of WoW, no doubt about it. Anyway, here we go, culling the Furbolg threat, handing this into Rain Wolfrunner. We're under constant threat from the Furbolg. Hopefully this will keep them at bay just a little bit longer.
Good luck, friend.
Look at that, we are basically 1 bar away from leveling up to our next level, which of course is level 28, so getting exciting now. Corrupting Influence, what's troubling you, mage? Oh, that's right, we found the Troll Charm, didn't we? I found that on a Furbolg's body. A Troll Charm, what are the Furbolg doing with such a thing? You're right, it does have a feeling of corruption about it. I can even sense that there's someone here who might be able to help. And there we go, digging up to a level 28. Congratulations to you, Seraphis. Good job. And we've got a new ability available. Let's give ourselves a cheer.
Great!
That's right, we'll have a look at that in a minute. See, down the bottom here it says that we've reached level 28 and we've got a new ability available, Ice Lance, which you can click on. We'll have a look at that in a sec. Worgen Wisdom, the man standing right across from me is known as Hephaestus Pilgrim. He's one of the Worgen. He and his, there he is over there, he and his sister came to Satyrnaar not long ago looking for a place to live. From what little I've been able to glean, he's interested in trying to help the Earthen Ring with the Cataclysm. Now, the Earthen Ring, if you don't know, is a faction in WoW, by the way, neutral faction. His sister is even more powerful. She's gone east to try and help Shaman deal with the volcano. With the volcano? What the heck? Okay, I definitely do not remember there being a volcano here in Ashenvale. This is going to be interesting. Perhaps he can help. Take the charm over to him and see what he thinks. Wow, volcano. Where is it? Oh, maybe that's it up the top there. Okay, that is new. That looks like lava to me. That's definitely something I haven't seen before in the zone. Gosh, this Cataclysm's really messed things up, hasn't it? Worgen gives you a blank look as you walk up to him. Looking down at the wooden carving in your extended hand, the Worgen reaches out to take it. The Furbolg covet that which does not belong to them, and he turns the charm over in his hand and discards it. There's a property to the carving that slowly corrupts those that aren't trolls. As I understand it, the Furbolg have done this sort of thing before, some never learn. No doubt they hoard most of the charms in Thistelfur Hold above their village to the north, and we have to collect 8 troll charms. Now, I'm thinking, yeah, I was just going to say, those gates we saw when we were over there before, that will be Thistelfur Hold, or whatever it's called. Where are we? Is it Helping Hand? No, Troll Charm, there we go. A Not So Charmed Life. Aha, gotta love some of the quests names in this game. Actually, there you go for the next bout of 10 internet points. What is a Not So Charmed Life? A play on words of. What is it referring to? It's a basically a pop culture reference there. Okay, so where do we have to go? We have to go to the Thistelfur Hold, right? So yeah, that's definitely what we saw. So now we've got a choice. Let's have a look in our quest log, and we'll probably do this by level. A helping hand is the lowest level one we've got there. Let's have a look on the map where that is. That's over down at the other end of the forest. I think actually it's time to take a jaunt over there. These archaeology points will be here when we get back. There's an archaeology dig site over there for the helping hand. Let's pop over to the Elekk, and of course before we do that we'll make sure we repair and sell off our junk.
Feel free to browse.
Selling off the junk there. Did we get to sell anything?
Yeah,
No.
well.
We're looking for a repairer, and of course using my mini map I can see that there's one in this inn over here, or in this building. It's not an inn, we're already in the inn, Sambo, you silly. Just if you can never find a repair, make sure that you have your tracking in your mini map enabled for repairs, and it'll come up as an anvil on the mini map there, so I can see that it's inside this building. And there we go, sure enough, a weaponsmith. So we'll give ourselves some repairs just to make sure we're in tip-top condition. Who else have we got here, by the way? We've got a trade goods vendor, so they're just going to have your general sort of profession stuff, and they've got some one-off jewel crafting and enchanting recipes there as well. That little one beside them, or rather over the icon, means that it's unique, and it probably isn't there all the time. It'll respawn on a rare cycle, so sometimes it's worth buying those because they can actually be worth quite a bit on the auction house because they're a little bit more rare than usual.
Good luck, friend.
And you can see the other side of the lake. There's so much to explore in this zone. It's almost daunting. It's fantastic though. Absolutely love it. Alright, so what did we decide to do? Oh, that's right. We're going to head over to the eastern side of the forest. So let's have a chat to Vindicator Pellinar here. And she's apparently going to give us a ride. Please loan me your Elekk.
The lessons of the past.
There we go, and it looks like it's on autopilot. There we go, its little legs running. Well, it's not little, it's actually quite big. It's going nice and fast, that's always good. So this is nice, just a nice scenic jaunt through the eastern part of Ashenvale Forest. You can see on the map here where we are. We're going to head across this road here. And of course, this is a path well worn by many a traveller, including myself, beginning 6 years ago, way back when, running through Ashenvale Forest. Especially if you're on a PvP server, trying not to get ganked by the enemy. There you can see the beginnings of Warsong Gulch down the bottom, or rather the Warsong Lumber Camp. Oh, and will you look at this? This is the volcano. Wow, the volcano has spread. Thunder Peak. Oh my lord, look at the map there. You can see there is a volcano there. That is all new. I have never seen that before in my life. Look at that. Ashenvale will burn, he says. We've got a I think that was the Magmathar, or whatever he was up the top there. What is he? Lord Magmathar, yep. Obviously he's brought out that volcano. We've got wind elementals there. We've got an outpost down the bottom there. That there is, I think, Warsong Lumber Camp as well. Part of it. It kind of stretches all along the southern part of the Ashenvale zone. I can't believe that volcano, because there's also one up the top there. Look at that, will you? That is incredible. That was never there before. That's a big surprise. Seriously, the Cataclysm has brought out all sorts of stuff. Discovered Rainwood Tower. I do remember that. The tower up there on the corner. I remember running past that as a young paladin, actually, running through this zone, absolutely fearing for my life. I don't think I'd ever seen a Horde player before. And in fact, I think running along this path was the very first time I ever saw myself a Tauren. Oh, the Felfurin River, that'll ring bells for you. The Night Song Woods, if you are an old player. Hopefully all of these are bringing back lots of fond memories. You can see how deep this forest is, with paths going off to the north and the south all over the place. It's just endless. We're only basically halfway there to Forest Song. This here is a Splinter Tree post. This is a Horde outpost here. This used to give me the absolute heebie-jeebies when I used to run past here. There you go, you can see it on the map there. It's opened up, Splinter Tree post. And yeah, if you were a player from the very early days, young and green, you'd go running into that village going, oh, what's this? And you would get absolutely slaughtered, not only by the Horde NPCs there, but also by all the Horde players who just thought it was their lucky day because they've got some silly, crazy, star-eyed, young, fresh Alliance Paladin running in there going, hello everybody. And of course not realizing that I was their mortal enemy. So yeah, very first time I saw a Tauren, can't quite remember, but I think it was a Tauren warrior and I could not believe my eyes. Fortunately, they were friendly. They didn't want to beat me up, and we sat there for about 5 minutes. I honestly think I might have been the first person he ever saw on the Alliance too, because they sat there for about 5 minutes waving and emoting at each other. Whoops, Warsong Outrunner. Got to be careful of those too. I remember that thing there, that guy killing me when I was a young paladin back in the day as well. And here we are, arriving at Forest Song. Listen to that music. Look at the scenery here, folks. It's absolutely fantastic, isn't it? Look at the atmosphere, all this, just the lighting, the textures, the architecture. It is just a wonderful, wonderful zone. Absolutely love it. Here he is, Architect Nemos, another Draenei.
The Naru have not forgotten us.
The Naru have not forgotten you, that's right. Greetings, mage. Before the Night Elves invited the Draenei to join them here, this glade was all but forgotten. And you know what it was, folks? Back in the day, I know I keep harping on about it, but back in the day, this was just a nothing outpost. And in fact, I remember discovering it, thinking, what on earth is this? There were only about 2 quests available, and they were available up there in the ruins, in fact, over there. I remember it distinctly. There was none of this here. There was no outpost, there was no flight master, there were no other NPCs, just a couple up there that had a local quest for you. And I remember thinking to myself, wow, all this way just for this? But now, of course, that has changed a lot. And by the way, we're right on the cusp of another zone. You can see here we are at the edge. If we zoom out, have a look here, we're right on the edge of Azshara, and of course that is a zone that has changed a whole heap as well, aside from the fact it's been slightly modified to look like a horde symbol now. By the way, did you notice that? There's basically just a river breaching the gap between here in Ashenvale and Azshara. And it used to have not much in it. It had a couple of quests, a lot of old ruins, but now that's been completely transformed, the zone, and if you're a goblin you will end up in that zone, and it's much fun. And of course, we're getting dangerously close, as you can see here, to Durotar, which is down here. And again, if you're an old school player, you know exactly what Durotar means. Durotar is home to Orgrimmar, and Orgrimmar is pretty much one of the major horde capital cities. This, again, all that's sort of separating us between Orgrimmar in this zone, if we want, is a river. If we wander up that river, we'll actually basically walk right past one of the side gates of Orgrimmar, and we can still click on it. There it is. There's the map layout of Org, which has changed a bit over the years, and of course it's changed very dramatically in the most recent times, and the Cataclysm been totally redesigned. Who knows, if we ever roll a horde character, you'll get to see all of that. Alright, a helping hand. Oh, wait a minute, I did want to read what his flavor text said. The Kel'Dorai, which is another name for the Night Elves, are deeply tied to these lands, and we Draenei are honoured that they have asked us to share in the task of revitalising Forest Song. So it's good to see another new arrival here at Forest Song. Vindicator Pellinnar is sending as much help as she can muster, and each set of hands is appreciated. Take a look around, mage. It may not be much now, but with time and help from our Night Elf allies, we'll build a settlement worthy of calling home. There's much to be done here, and any help you can provide would be welcome. No problem. Oh, and look at that, we are now honoured with Exodar, and Exodar, by the way, is the Draenei faction, so that's good. I like to get their rep up so we can get their mounts as well. Welcome to Forest Song. Where you see tents, there will one day be buildings, but such ambition requires a steady stream of materials. I cannot bring myself to order our workers to fell any of the ancient trees of this grove, but our neighbours to the west have no such reverence with the forest. Uh-oh, don't tell me he's going to send us down to the Warsong lumber camp. What does it say here? We shall reclaim the tainted wood from Satyrnaar to the west. Take the wood to Gnarl at the Warsong lumber camp. He is an ancient who will purify it for our use. Wow. Okay, so we're going to get to see Satyrnaar and the Warsong lumber camp. Again, 2 very interesting places, and 2 names that any of you have played in the past will recognise easily and very fast. Okay, collect 5 Satyrnaar Fel Wood. Now before we do that, let's open our spell book, of course hitting P there, and you can see if we go to the frost tree, we've got this Ice Lance. See your trainer, and this is a really good ability for a mage. It deals 53 frost damage to an enemy target, and damage is doubled against frozen targets. So if we've frozen them in place with Frost Nova, the Ice Lance can really cut a swathe through our enemies. It's a fantastic skill, and we do have to go train that. Let's pull out a companion. Who we have, Mr. Chili. Yeah, why not? Hello, Mr. Chili, we'll summon you. We haven't had a pet out for a while. Let's see what other quests we can pick up around here. There's a whole bunch of them in this very cool outpost.
Hi.
Ileana, vile satyr, dryads in danger. Listen, I don't know who you are, but I need your help. My sisters went to take back the branch of Cenarius from the satyr. They said they'd be back soon, but it's been 2 whole days. Can't even say my own name. Seraphis, you have to find them. If they are looking for the ruins of a night elf temple in Xavian to the northwest, I don't know what to think. Look for Anilia. She was leading them on the search, so we have to go and find Anilia at Xavian, which is a little zone next door to us here in Ashenvale. Now, by the way, you can see here the local defense channel. This is something to get used to in Ashenvale. Local defense, if you subscribe to the channel, it is actually going to let you know if there are any PvP attacks. And you can see here, Satyrnaar is under attack. That means there will be a horde player right now attacking Satyrnaar, you know, the village that we came from. Our major outpost, which of course is back over here. If we were to go back there now, there would be a horde player wreaking havoc and attacking our NPCs right now. And of course, we'd have the choice whether to try and defend our village or not. Right, let's see if we can pick up some other quests. Look at the view. Will you look at the view? It's just incredible. Oh, and I love these. Here, the Night Elf tents, and of course they'd be familiar to anyone who has played Warcraft 3. That's where all the design of those comes from. And so yeah, up here is where you used to have to get the only quest that was available in this zone. I can't remember if it was the same NPC or not, but it was definitely from here. The Lost Chalice. The area to our west, now called Satyrnaar, was once a prominent shrine built by my people. It housed a priceless relic, the Chalice of Elune. Entrusted to the shrine's keepers by the priests of Elune, pilgrims once travelled to the shrine to experience the healing powers the chalice was rumoured to hold. Now, he's saying that these stories might be nothing but old wives' tales, but excuse me, but if there's any truth to them, the relic may hold the key to rejuvenating the wounded forest, and he must know. Alright, so we have to go and obtain the Chalice of Elune by the sound of things.
Peace be with you.
Peace be with you too. Okay, let's have a look in our log now, and you can see, unfortunately, all of these are a little bit too low level. They're 21, we're level 28, but that's okay. We're going to do them anyway because I do love doing all of these quests. So I know we're running out of time, but let's see if we can just quickly nip over to one of these spots to start off at least, and that'll lead us into the beginning of our next episode. So you with us, Chili? Mr. Chili? Yep. All right, we have our faithful companion to hand. Let's see if we can go find this lost chalice amongst the ruins. Lots of shadowhorn stags there. And of course, they are able to be, if you're into skinning. Oh, actually, because they're lower level, let's see if we can actually skin these. And again, they've got a yellow name, which means they won't attack you on sight, but you still can kill them. You can hunt them for their meat, of course, and for their skin. Alright, let's see if our skinning is high enough. No! Requires skinning 110. And of course, have I leveled mine up? No, I haven't. What is it up to? It's only 63. Gosh, seriously, if I can find the time, we really need me to do that offline. Go back to an earlier zone. Excuse me, perhaps go back to Darkshore, where we first arrived here on the continent of Kalimdor, and kill some beasts over there in order to level up my skilling. Okay, here we are in Satyrnaar. If we have a look on the map, and what do we got here? The Chalice of Elune. Right, so it's somewhere around here. Looks like we're going to have to deal to these spiders in order to be able to get through. Of course, opening up with good old Frostbolt. And he's firing poison at us. Remembering too that you can't actually skin spiders. And we've discovered Xavian, which is the zone I was telling you about. So somewhere around here will be the chalice. So I'm thinking it's going to be down here. Alright, here we are in Satyrnaar. And again, if you've... Oops, and what do we got there? Oh, a tin vein. Nice. If you've done quests in this area before, this will be very familiar to you. These the satyrs, and they've got the tricksters there, and the blackheart satyrs. Done lots and lots of quests in this area. We kind of came around the back way. You can actually get to it if we have a look on the map. If you're wondering how on earth I got here, it's just going over the back, but you can actually sort of get to it through the front there, off the main road. And we'll probably end up coming out that way, by the way. Let's pick off a couple of these just so we can go get the tin vein over there, and also pick up a couple of the corrupted Fel Wood that we need to get for our quest. Alright, so over here somewhere is the wood, and there we go. You can get a nice view of Satyrnaar there now. Yeah, your tin vein. Uh-oh. Let's polymorph him. No, can we? Can we? No, we can't. Invalid target. Oh dear. So obviously, oh, of course, because they're not a humanoid. They actually, if you hover over them there, they're actually classed as a demon. I'll give you why. Alright, here is the Satyrnaar Fel Wood, and again, if you've played it here before, you'll remember having to pick these up in the past. This will be all very familiar. It's just that it's gone about in a different way now. 2 out of 5. And so, yeah, that's normally where we come down off the main road. There's an entranceway over there. And I think we're in the old days used... Oh, look at that. We've got a trickster. You can just see him there. A shadow stalker hiding in the shadows. Just saw him there, luckily. Oh, we've got 2 of them that have come out. Of course, if we use our Frost Nova, it will expose them.
We need to target something first.
Just going to use our cheap arcane explosion there to get rid of them, while our one-shot instants come back online off cooldown. There we go. So yes, if you're wondering, yeah, you usually get to it through off the road there, and I just can't quite see the entrance because it's sort of hidden by those trees, but you can see it through there. There's a fence over towards the main road. That's normally how you get here. Anyhow, we need to wrap it up as always. Oh, what's that? That's the Chalice of Elune. Let's see if we've got some sneakies there. Yikes. Let's see if we can pick that up quickly before the end of the episode. And of course, it's basically being protected by these invisible shadow stalkers here, which you can just see as you basically step on them. You can see our health's getting a bit low. Let's have a look, make sure there aren't any... Oh, yep, there's one hovering around. Good old sound of the clear cast there, always a welcome sound. And blasting them to pieces with our arcane missiles. Lovely jubbly. Alright, here we go. The Chalice of Elune. Nice. Look at that, we've got it. Alright, so I think that'll do. Let's find ourselves some safe areas to log out in. Probably back here somewhere. Whoops, there's a mob over there. Want to avoid them. So yeah, definitely... Oh, let's kill the maggot. Hopefully that will count towards one of our achievements there. We have to kill a bunch of pests. Pick up another piece of Satyrnaar Fel Wood. There we go, 3 out of 5. Oh, in fact, look, while we're here, it's terrible, isn't it? Just one more. Wow, was definitely very Moorish. 4 out of 5. I like coming in this back way because it means we didn't have to fight our way through the front. Excellent, there we go, all done. Let's check out our log now, shall we, and see what we've got. Complete. What do we have to do here? Find Anilia at Xavian. Okay, so that's the only other quest that we have to do, and she's up the top there to the northwest, so we'll definitely go find her. Looks like we've also got some dig site shenanigans that we can do. Of course, if you're like me, you're thinking, hang on a minute, that to me looks like it's smack in the middle of Satyrnaar, which could be problematic. Either that or it's over in Forest Song. It's a bit hard to tell off the map, but either way, we are absolutely going to do some archaeology because we definitely want to build that up and, of course, give you guys a refresher. Look at this zone. We've sort of gone from one end of it to the other. Still lots to uncover. Still heaps of adventuring and questing to be had here in this most fantastic of zones. So I certainly hope you enjoyed that episode. More importantly, of course, I hope you join us in the next one. Certainly hope you're having a great day. On behalf of myself, Sambo, and Seraphis, our now level 28, who needs training, Worgen Mage, it's us saying take care. We'll see you later, and bye-bye.